Welcome to Back Care Advent. Today I'm going to show you how to squat and why it's important to get low in our squats. There is a mythical belief that if your knees travel over your toes, it's going to hurt your knees. Therefore, squats are bad for you and you should only squat partial range to make sure that your knees don't travel over your toes. As I said, it's a myth. I'm going to tell you the opposite of that. Squats are great. Squats encourage triple flexion, which is ankle, knee and hips all flexing to their full capability to produce a movement that our muscles are designed for. So getting low in a squat will not hurt your knees and it will not hurt your back. Squatting with poor form, not going low enough, will hurt your back and your knees. When we walk, our knee travels over our toe all of the time, literally every step. Ever cycled on a bike? Knees travel over toes. Walking up the stairs, walking down the stairs. All of these movement patterns that we do as bipeds, because we stand up on 2 feet, incorporate knees over toes. So why, when we're training these muscles to be stronger, do these rules suddenly not apply? It doesn't make any sense. So how do we get into a squat and how do we do it effectively? If you've never been able to squat all of the way down, then it's going to be quite difficult. So we're going to start with our heels raised, with the intention of eventually being able to do it with our heels flat. So if you bend your knees as far down as you can go, have your hands on the floor and allow your heels to elevate and just sit here. This is a great start. So this is level number 1. Look how far my knee is traveling over my toe. It's all the way over. Doesn't hurt my knee at all. Feels great actually. But if I turn sideways, while I do this, here we go. Look how straight my back is. My chest is up. I've literally got all the right elements all in place. The only thing that's lacking here is ankle mobility to give me that movement pattern. So this is a great start. And if you need to, take your feet out a little bit wider. That's absolutely fine. And then drop your heels down onto the floor and sit low. This is a squat. This is perfect. Look how straight my back is. My feet are flat on the floor. My knees are over my toes. I'm relaxed. I could stay here for an age. This is actually quite a comfortable position to be in, as it should be, because this is how we're designed. So, is there a perfect squat position? No. Does everybody squat the same? No. Does it matter if you're not textbook at squatting? Absolutely not. There are so many variables that play a part in your ability to squat. Ankle mobility, historic injuries and the pliability of ligaments and tendons and so on. The positioning of your hip. So lots of people have hips that insert at the front, so they're nearer, more of an anterior insertion. Women have a wider insertion point. Some people have a more posterior insertion point. I mean, the variance is a couple of millimeters, but it does make a difference in mechanics. The size of your ball and socket joint makes a difference. The size of your pelvis makes a difference. The Q angles of your femur makes a difference. How much internal and external rotation your femurs can carry, and so on and so on and so on. Length of lever makes a difference. Length of spine makes a difference. So are you going to be able to squat the same as the person next to you? Does that matter? All that matters is that you're doing your best. So for me, my example of a squat, I've got very high arches in my feet and my toes at rest want to point upwards. So I've got quite curved feet. This gives me minimal ankle mobility, but actually I'm okay with that because for my sport, running and lifting and swimming and all the multitude of different sports I do, it's fine. It's okay. It doesn't cause me any problems. So my feet and my ankles don't have much forward flexion. So I need to create more flexion by having externally rotated ankles. I've got long legs, I've got very long femurs and not a very long torso. So therefore, dropping down low, my chest comes all the way forwards just because my spine doesn't have the same amount of mass and all of these other variables that come into play. So for me, I have a wide stance, my toes are rotated out, my knees travel over, and then my bum comes down. Can I get full range? Absolutely. Am I straight? Are my legs in a neutral position? No. But what's more important here is the depth of my squat. Am I achieving triple flexion, ankle, knee and hips? Absolutely. So the purpose of a squat is to be able to get your bum all of the way down and then to be able to sit. I'm using my arms inside my knees to help me balance, and it also helps me to relax into this position a little bit more. But I can take my arms away and I can still sit in this position. It just feels more natural to be here. But this is how our ancestors would sit and eat and do other things. This is how we're supposed to go to the toilet. Squatting is one of the most natural movements and body positions for us to be in. Look at toddlers, how they bend down and pick things up. It's no different for us. So if you have back pain, knee, hip, ankle problems, a squat is a one size fits all for all of those things. So I've left it till near the end of Advent because it's one of the best things that you can possibly do.